So, another week, another webinar. What will be the topic for today? I'm out of ideas. I've worked too much this week, I think. Do you want to start with any question or remark? Or Anton, do you want to tell us about your event, maybe? If you can. I know you had a big event this weekend with a lot of feedback. Or at any point, if you want to talk about it.
Well, I can because basically Anton gave me quite a comprehensive overview. He did.
Okay.
If you want to, Anton, or you can feel free to jump in at any point. But I'll just give the high level kind of points so I can find them here. Yeah, so he did a 2-day fair in Croatia, which I can't remember the name of it, something holistic fair. And he did over 60 scans at the fair, which was a really good stress test of the system to actually, just go scan to scan to scan, just to basically really put the Bluetooth connection through its paces.
Yeah.
And the overall experience was very positive, strong interest from the end users and some professionals. It was mostly end users. He was successful commercially, which I won't go into detail on the open forum. But the overall reaction was very, very positive. And when he does it the next time, he's actually going to charge a small fee for the scans because people were really, really interested in them. He kept it very simple, kept it really high level without going into too much detail. He was equipped to give people 5-6 day trials of the product. And overall, the system performed very well. When he ran into a couple of Bluetooth issues, he was able to basically get around them by restarting the device. So we're still in the realm of having issues with Bluetooth, but it's only now into the world where there are many sensors present and many devices present. But overall, the conclusion was successful event, strong real world validation, and his workflow held up under heavy use. So I hope that's okay, Anton. And then also, just actually, while we're talking about users, one of the issues that Laura's clients were having, we've actually been able to we have been able to identify, replicate it, and fix it. So sometimes when people are going into subscriptions and changing their subscriptions in the app, they're basically presented with a blank screen when they should be presented with the payment screen, and that has been fixed. So I'm happy to say that. So there you go. Oh, and perhaps you could talk about the parasites as well, because that was something that Laura was asking for last week, and it's something that is now in the system, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we have like 15 new items since last week. So I don't know if I can just list them all. Yes, Laura, you asked last week for parasites to have some information, and it's done. So if you go to microorganisms, let me just check. Yes, okay. And let me just share my screen. Okay, so if you go to macro and organisms and you click on anything and you don't know exactly what it is, if you click on it, now you have the command name that will be displayed here. So for instance, Streptococcus mutans would be tooth decay bacteria. So we have added around 200 common names, which are the most common way of calling the problems that are related to this particular viruses or bacteria or anything. So papillomavirus, rhinovirus would be probably, yes, cold virus. So if you need that, you know the common names that not everybody knows that rhinovirus is the one that just gives you cold, and most people call it cold virus. And if you want to learn more, you just have to click on learn more, and then you have a lot of more information, including additional links and so on. So
can I just say, like, this one right here, no, go back to where you were. Yep, that will show up for like 2 seconds on my screen and then disappear. Anyone else have that issue?
What would show up and disappear?
One right here. It will show up on my screen for like a couple seconds and then it disappears.
Replaced by what?
I'm sorry?
Just closing like that, you mean? or
Yeah,
replaced by something else?
it's replaced by something else.
Okay, so I guess it's because you went into Harmonic Boost.
Yep.
And when you open it from Harmonic Boost, again,
Like
this is something that is fixed. But until the current version that you have, when you click on it, add stimulus, before that, it would show the information that we've shown before, and then it will show the structural resonance. In the next update, it's not the case anymore. When you click on it, it's blank, and it's loading the structural resonance much faster than before. So we fixed this issue. It was in fact a glitch where it would show the normal panel, and then it would replace it by the structural resonances when it was ready. But as it was long to compute, you would have this partial information and then changed immediately by something else, which is not very nice. So this is part of the fix that you will get in the next version. So now when you click on Add Stimulus, you see it's much faster than before.
Nice, thank you. Beautiful.
And if you want the information about that when you are in the Harmonic Boost, you just click on the flower and it doesn't work. Okay, no, you stay on the resonances. Before that, you used to click on it, but
it'll come and go, right?
yeah. There's no way to go back to it? No, there is no way. Okay, so this is special when you are into the Harmonic Boost.
So what's the best way then to go in and find those?
So either you go directly into the pages, so energy, atoms, etc. Or, well, normally when you are in the Harmonic Boost and you click on Add Stimulus, you should be able to click here and go back to the normal screen. This is just a temporary problem because we removed the normal screen from Harmonic Boost. So we will put it back again. So you would be normally able to click on the flower to get more information, the links and so on. But you still have the text here. Anyway.
Okay, thank you.
And then you can go from priorities, for instance, because it's more or less the same as in the Harmonic Boost. And here, if you click on it, you have the whole information. So if you go back to priorities, you will get everything, including TCM points, etc., etc.
I like that progress is on there now too, and that little diagram. That's nice.
Yes, the curve, you mean?
Yeah, that's nice. That's new.
It's been here since a few versions, but it's relatively recent. Yes. So it's when you have some reevaluations, it will show you the different steps of your.
Oh, and now it says gallbladder 8. So now we know what that is. Thank you. Yes, that's exactly it. Thank you. That's, yep. You're doing a lot there. Thank you.
Which is get the common name of it, because you don't always remember the common name of it.
Yes, thank you.
And we have replaced some strange titles here by just a button that says learn more, which is cleaner to get quality in the meditation text and so on. So all of this is more or less cleaner.
Okay, I just have two questions now. I see that a lot of priorities, like in your organs, are the priorities with the whole flower. Why is that? Why is a lot of priorities with the full flower inside?
With what flower?
With the full flexible, with the full.
Flexible is nice. Flexible is a good state.
Yeah, but look up from there. All the line, one line, it's all the. So why is this in the priorities? Because I've seen on my scans also a lot of this. This is something new that you put or
yes.
Because yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to how automatic priorities are computed, because this is actually not obvious. We are doing a multi-level analysis on many things for each biomarker. And at the end, we compute the coherence score, which gives us the best resources and gives us hints on what priorities we should have. And for instance, you can have a good flower, like a resource that comes in a priority because it has connection problems with other items. So it's not only the flower petals that drive what items will go to the priorities, but it's also the qualities, the intrinsic qualities of it, if it's long-term or short-term, if it's low attention or very high attention, etc., etc. So we have a lot of information going into this algorithm, and at the end, those priorities are computed. But just beware that in the example that you just saw, we have 64 priorities, which means I added 30 priorities manually. So some of the priorities that are here have not been computed automatically. Some have been added by me because this is my test recording. So there is a lot of priorities in it. But yes, you can have a biomarker that is a resource that is marked as a resource with the petal, but it's also a priority because it's important to start with this one currently. And remember, when you do an exploration, you should stick to this set of priorities for 1 month because it is something that you decided to tackle in the coming 21 days, so approximately 1 month, and you don't change your goal for the month every day. You just stick to it and work on it. And if you do the meditation, it will rotate all these priorities to make a shorter meditation every day.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, sure.
So I think if you have a biomarker structure, maybe the liver, actually, to my understanding is that there are 3 levels. The first level is the flower. The second level is number in the middle, which is the
qualities. Yeah.
And the third level is lose control or balance or not balance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so we always work with these 3 levels.
Yes.
And in the beginning, if you start with the system, you are a little bit confused because you think, oh, it's a great, the flower quality is very high and stuff like that. But if you look closely, we always work with 3 levels, and maybe because this item is in the priorities, it must be the level which is normally not seen immediately, but it's in the background.
Yeah.
Maybe this helps for the beginner to say, okay, don't get confused if it's a good flower state because something else is not okay.
Yes. Maybe, but I don't know if it's a good idea or not. It's just an idea. Maybe we could just tweak a little bit the flower diagram according to the qualities and the links and so on. But maybe it would just make the flower too complicated. So I can see if it's possible to do something on the flower according to the qualities so that it's more obvious everything that goes into the flower. But it might just make things too complicated to understand intuitively. So I don't know, just an idea.
I like it how it is.
and does the biomarker take in account this? Because I was on the fair and people saw this flexible, and I said, in my head was like this story, but I'm just asking. So my story in my head was that this biomarker is connected with a lot of different biomarkers aspects, so it's probably feeding other stuff. And if you take this biomarker up with energy, then all like 5 others that are connected go up.
Yes.
Something that
it's true.
It's true?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's true. Yeah,
Okay.
because these links show other biomarkers, other structures that can exchange energy and information with this one. So if you work on this one, or if you work on another one that is linked to it, the whole system will move. It's true.
Okay. And just one question, because when you do the reading and the screen goes the heartbeat, and is this white lines inside, it's this, like, how do you call that? Is this harmonics, or what? How do you call this?
During the recording?
Yeah, when recording, the small under the heartbeat is the small peaks and stuff. How do you...
So during the recording, it's the raw electrocardiogram recording. It's the same as you have on the screen of the device. So if you hold the device like that, and you look at the
I
screen,
know that, but in behind,
you look at the screen while you are recording, you will see the same curve.
Yeah, but the lines that are like background and are like spikes, and the white lines that are like not
Yeah,
not
okay.
the
So
recording.
you are, let me share my screen just to be sure that we are speaking
Yeah, not the
on the
recording.
same thing. So
Talking about the heartbeats.
yeah, I think so, but let's go to biomarkers and let's go to the no let's go
It's
to the
only
pulse
like
wave. So
yeah,
this is what you see when you are doing the recording. It's this one.
yeah.
And your question is, why are there two lines?
No, not two lines. It's this like a gray. What is that gray in the background?
This one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
gray
So okay.
spikes.
Yeah. So
Because when I
when
just
you
yeah, sorry. Go.
let me just scroll a little bit. So when you do a recording, you have an average of the short-term wave that is done, and you have the actual moving thing. And it's actually important to see the difference, and that's why we display the two. So let's try and find a nice place. Okay, this is a nice place. So here in dark, you see what you are what you usually see when you do an electrocardiogram. But the actual recorded signal is the light one. So it can make some spikes around. So this one is an average on a few samples. And this one is the raw electricity that is recorded from your system. And it's actually very important to, I think, it's very important to show both, because the big line is more linked to the heart activity, but the small line, the thin line, is more linked to the other organs activity. And that's what we are recording actually in the system. When you record with your two fingers, we don't only record the heart activity, we record the activity of the whole body. And this is what you see as these little ripples around the baseline. So this is more or less the average. But this gives us a lot of information of other things that are happening in the body at the same time. And that's why I wanted to show both.
So I had story for them when people ask me. I said that our heart is.
You can say that usually when you work on an ECG recording, you only show the big one. We are extracting a lot of data from the small one, and this data gives us information on other organs, which is actually the point of BioCoherence. It's not only your heart; it's your whole organism, and this is where we find information on the whole organism.
Okay, I told the story. Its story goes like that. So this is our heartbeat, and for the like layman term, people like don't know a lot. So I just say, so see these white lines in the background. This is all our harmonics that are embedded in the heartbeat, and this is all our energetic signature, whole our body.
Exactly,
and they're
because
like,
you are right, because it's actually higher frequencies. The big line is a very low frequency, like 1 time per second around, but the small lines are much higher frequencies, and this is what gives us some interesting information too.
Okay, good. I just wanted to, because now I'm telling a lot of repetition story, so just make I'm not good talking wrong. So
you guys have just actually talked about what everybody was afraid to ask. So I think everybody's very relieved. They're going, oh, that's how it works.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool.
Dan wants to know, in the prevalence screen, the size of the flower petal is reduced already. What's the programming for this size of petal?
I think it's probably related to my idea of changing the flower according to the qualities.
Okay.
It's something that we can technically do, but we have to stay easy and consistent. But I don't know, I'm just thinking aloud, but we have these 3 qualities, like intention, attention, horizon. And just to follow around, for instance, if the horizon is long, maybe we could add some trails to the flower. Or if there are a lot of links, maybe we could add some lines around the flower, something like that. That would enhance the flower visualization. But I don't know if it's a good idea or if it's a bad idea, because it's also it's complicated enough like that. So maybe adding some more information on the flower would make it even more complicated to understand.
Or it's a way
but
for people to understand, because sometimes people are more visual, sometimes they hear things, and sometimes, it's like everybody learns differently. So
we could fool around and try and find some new ways to add these qualities on top of the flower and make the flower a little bit smaller or bigger or a little bit, I don't know, more sunny or more dark, or with more shadow or things like that, or maybe some drawings around to show that there are some links with other things. Why not?
I think,
It might be a good idea. So
I think that idea is very good. So also when I had a lot of scans this fair, there was like a few that were like 69, 66, 68. So very, very good scores.
yeah, cool.
And when you see just this general score, because I was just showing them play screen.
Yeah.
And it's very nice to see this. You see, oh, look, you are good. This is resource, and you have just not a lot of in that direction, like write down. And this is very like when you get it. When I started talking, it's easier to just comprehend the flower, like have this like zones, and then this bigger flower, like in this 69 reading is all resources that like nothing down. It may be one in adoption little and one in the stabilizing or something, but it's very clear that. But then another reading was like 60 and resources, but it had a lot of in adoption or like there, like so you see that has some problem with that, with markers or with body, like doing something. Yeah, so it's very nice visual and easy to explain and to get it. Yeah. Maybe
Okay, but
I think with bigger flowers, small flowers, and maybe just the color, just if it's brighter or like darker or something like this. Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah.
You think it would be a good idea, you mean?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I'll play around a little bit. Maybe we can add some petals or some leaves or I don't know, things around this to keep the idea of the flower, but do something around it. Why not?
Maybe just like embed like this, and then just put another like this one, and then you can have 2 or 3 like layers, and then you have 1, 2, 3 layer or something like this, and if you don't go this dark.
I think about it. I think it's important that it stays, that it's still simple to visualize. So maybe only on the big flowers. I don't know.
Yeah. Not to everything, because for this after you go and analyze everything through therapists or professionals, so they need to go inside and see the quality and stuff like this is different information. But yeah, okay.
And also, Anton, what I notice is with clients, they understand numbers. So if you tell them it can be from 0 to 100, right? And you say, okay, now 50, most people have 50 is an average quality. That means they're healthy, things like that. And then you say, okay, but you have 66 now. It means that you are in a really good health, and they understand it immediately because they know the ranges can goes to 100. So you explain the basic that it can go to 100, and then you have someone who has maybe 42 and a lot of 4 o'clock light yellow petal. You can say it looks like you're a little bit depleted. What do you think? So you don't, you respond to that person, and this person said, "Oh, I'm too exercised." I said, "You see that this is shown," but you don't exactly tell them you're fucked up. It doesn't work. But it is important to tell them that they have a range and they are in which part of the range they are. They understand it immediately.
Yeah.
They know, good, 66 is great. Yeah, go out, like something like that.
Okay, so maybe I could add instead of doing just a number in the middle, maybe it could be a bar too. like something between 0 and 100 visually, if you want.
No, I
Well,
want the number. I want the
Yeah.
number.
no,
Okay, the
number is good.
yes.
Number is good.
Yeah,
Okay,
number is
and do
good.
you want, I'm just noticing that there is no number under the qualities, like lose control and so on. Do
Yeah.
you want me to add a number
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah, it will be nice also, because with this lose control, you need to go explaining them what
Okay, so
intention,
we could add
and
a number
everything.
here, you know,
Yeah.
But
because we have
Medric,
numbers in the links qualities, but we don't have number here in the qualities. So maybe it would be good to add them.
yeah, but Medric, if someone sees this first time and sees, okay, this is his throat chakra, right? And it looks like this person doesn't know exactly what is attention, intention, and horizon. You know it because you're the expert in that field, but they don't immediately. But if I see chaotic by intention, I know, oh, that is not so good. But if I have a number, it doesn't mean anything to me.
No. I don't want to remove chaotic. Chaotic is very important. I
Good,
just
okay.
want to maybe add a number on the top right, you know,
Yeah,
that gives you, because the number is already here. It's in the height of the bar. Okay. So this could be also shown as a raw number if you want.
Yeah. Understood. Yeah. So the scale from the left can be like a number, something
Exactly.
like lose control 3 or 5
Exactly.
or something.
I can do that. It's the same here. You know, you have 27 threads, for instance, and this is the information that you have here. So it's just the same information, but as a number or as a bar.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want some news on the next update?
Yeah.
So little things, one for you, Anton, because now when you go to settings, which are directly here, by the way, you have your invite friends and you see your code here. So this is new. And when you click on it, you can just share it directly, including with the QR code. And you can download the QR code. If you click on it, it will just save the QR code on your file. So you can print it on your business cards if you want. And it will open this link and prompt people to install the app and put you as a referral. So this is more for you for events. And the other thing, I don't know if you see on the screen, but there is a new thing here. And this new thing here are contextual AI helpers. So it means these new AI helpers will read your screen and help you understand something about it, and it will change for every screen. So for instance, because we are in energy, you click on it, and it would open a new bar where you can chat with the related AI helpers that are related to this particular screen. So by default, it will take the one that is specialized in energy, and you can ask him to explain the screen. And when it speaks about something and you roll over with your mouse, it will just show you on the screen where it is. You know, that's very nice, I think.
It's amazing.
And so if you go to, I don't know, if you go to clock, okay, I have already something. If I go to momentum, okay, so now I have, it goes by default on the yoga coach, but I can change some other ones that are related more or less to this. And so I can ask, can you explain the screen? It will just read a description of the screen and all the biomarkers that are linked to it. And it will give you a quick overview by the AI, which is very nice, I think. And so you can start a discussion right on the border of every screen.
Nice.
So coming. We don't have this yet, correct?
No, not yet. It will be in the next. It will be in the next update. And because version 26 is not yet officially released, if you want this, you have to check all the experimental settings. So when it's ready, if you want, I can show you again. But basically, you have to go to settings, experimental functions, and check all the secret things, which are not very secret because we are currently speaking about it into our live webinar, but it's an open secret.
Okay.
So the idea is that we will have this for all screens like that. So you can just open this sidebar and get your sidekick. So we called it insights. So you get some insights on every screen, but including, for instance, I'm currently programming it on tests. So if you enter any particular test, I don't know, let's say, let's go to veggies. No, this one is empty. Let's go to products and go to herbs. And then here, you would have some AI helpers that would be ready to work on the herbs with you. And in the same way as the screens, you would be able to open this side panel to get some information about that. So the idea is that these insights would be available on every screen for you. Maybe it already works here. I'm not sure. No, not yet. Okay, so for instance, when you go to the teeth, oh yes, it works. You go to the teeth and you can directly speak with the AI holistic dentistry helper, which is nice. Okay,
Wow.
and so you will ask him to explain the screen, and that's it.
Okay, that's a game changer.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
That's the exact word I was going to use. Game changer.
Yeah. That's eluded
My
me for a
favorite.
while.
Okay,
Word in relation to metric. Mind blowing.
and it should highlight the teeth when you roll over, but not yet. Okay, it's actually quite complicated. It was a lot of work, so it's not yet finished. It will be released in the coming days for you on the beta, but I think it's really nice.
Well, Merrick, your momentum screen there a second ago.
Yes.
Can we go back to it just for, I want to kind of ask everybody. Do you
Yes,
see
please.
on your momentum screen that the one persistent thing that almost everybody has, I think, is very high heavy metals and high organisms, and that the organisms you'd expect, the heavy metals are just a reflection of our world today, but I think it's pretty like universal, is it not? I'm asking everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, three things are like geopathic stress,
Right.
so heavy metals and organisms. So it's now it's so popular. So parasites, cleans, and stuff like this. Also on this holistic fest, there was like one lady giving like reading through some quantum device, and she reads you where are the parasites, and then gives you like I don't know if you know zeolite it's called, and like
Yeah, zeolite for heavy metals. I'm taking
cures,
that.
yeah, cures for heavy metals before, and then anti-parasite tinctures. I don't know how to say it. So, there was a line like 1.5 hours, just people buying stuff and all like anti-parasite. So it's very, very, because it's very effective and very quick. And these people like when they get immediate results. But I can tell you something else that I know when you're healthy, like in plants, where plants are healthy, also when are healthy, parasites cannot come. So this is connected with our imbalanced state of the being.
The geopathic stress, though, can show huge variation in different places. Like I remember just going to France, my geopathic stress went way down, and in relation to like when I came back here, so I started doing lots of different things to try and reduce it again. But I mean, everybody's momentum seems to have a high heavy metals and high organisms. It's just like across the board.
I think it's a
We have to
generational
have
problem because there is a lot
Yeah.
since the Industrial Revolution. There is a lot more new atoms in our organisms that we are not yet maybe accustomed of. Just let me show you something that is also new in this new version. You know, you have the AI helpers on every biomarker information panel, but now you also have the stimuli experts. that will come here. That's new from the last version. So you can directly address and add some stimuli from the AI helpers list. Okay, so if you want to work on heavy metals and you work on maybe post-operation or I don't know what, you just click here, and you see in one click, it will ask him about heavy metals, and it will add some stimuli on top of your harmonic boost.
Okay, now with that adding stimulus, they automatically add it.
Yes.
Can we have an add like what we want in it? Because, and for me, as a practitioner, it like if I was just asking a question, it would
Yeah.
add it to me and it wasn't even for me. And I'm like, no, I don't want this here. So then I have to go.
Okay. Okay. So it's true that when we design the stimuli AI helpers, we ask them to be straightforward and to directly add it. Maybe it's not a good idea. So maybe we could just propose to add and you would click on the one you want. Yeah. Okay.
That's better.
It's probably a good idea. Mm.
But I also want to add on Paula's question. I would say depends on your lifestyle and if you're a totally mainstream person and you eat everything you normally people eat nowadays, and you never do any detox in your life, probably you have heavy metals in your system. But there are people I know who are on a maybe vegetarian diet for 20 years, or they did 10 detox like I do, or with my wife, a lot of stuff like that. Then it looks different. So I wouldn't say it's for everyone the same. But if you have the situation with the client, you can ask them how much detox they have done already. So they get in relationship to their body and their problem, which they have never noticed because they don't know that it's there, right?
Yeah.
I think she's coming from a different area too, Michael. You're a homeopathic and she's more of a medical. So that alone will give you a different.
Yeah, but it's a background, I mean,
100%.
everybody has a different story to tell.
But her world, like parasites and heavy metals, they never even talk about them. At least
I know.
they don't even talk about them.
I know.
And they're like the major contenders. This is
Laura, just because my background is allopathic doesn't mean that that's how I approach biocoherence.
I totally agree. Paula, I'm just talking about them in America. I have zero idea of what you do. I apologize, but in America, it's a huge issue with our doctors who won't look at parasites and heavy metals.
Absolutely, it's shocking. The only reason I mentioned it is because Medrick is going to be one of the healthiest people that we are ever going to meet, and they're on Medrick's momentum organisms, or because we all have a microbiome, so obviously we're all going to have good organisms and bad organisms, and you'd expect your organisms to be high. That's just does everybody notice that not only are heavy metals and organisms high in everybody, and some people, Michael, as you were saying, that are completely asleep, their heavy metals can be like really high. Like that what the kind of level that I saw Medrick at is what I have seen in other people of our kind of what we are seeing amongst ourselves.
It can be
that is just a reflection of the environment, the air we're breathing, the water, it's you can have a perfectly good organic diet, and like I only drink distilled water and eat pretty well, and I take zeolite too, and I can't get that heavy metals down much further than Medrick's is at the minute. And so yeah, like I'm addressing it, and it's just so pervasive. Heavy metals are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a wake-up call, for the people that say, "Oh, I never thought about it, but now the system is showing me that maybe I, should look at that," and then you have a good perspective.
Oh, it could be very helpful, if there were lots of other things that were also increased with inside the momentum that showed that it's like it's a signpost to a whole load, like there being parasites with heavy metals with, you're gonna see the big picture, not just it was a throwaway comment only because Medric is obviously like really, really healthy and fit, and that is no matter what I do with the zeolite, and I take it every day now. I was taking it pretty regularly up until a couple of years ago, and I've restarted it now just based on my momentum. But yeah, the heavy metals are just everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so last thing I want to show you for the next version. I've enlarged my screen a little bit so that it shows like on a computer, but as you can see now on a computer, it starts to look suspiciously as just something like on the phone in the center. On the right, you have this AI helpers that are contextual and can read your screen, which is really nice. On the left, you have the permanent menu with access to everything. And here the submenu that is related to energy. So it looks more and more like a traditional computer interface. And on a computer, you have the insights on the bottom that will appear if there is something. So for instance, on planes or anything, you will see how many biomarkers it can read, and you just open it like that. So I think it's becoming a nice computer interface too. And by the way, you can see the premise, the start of the group working here. Here I have my friends, the pros that I work with, and I can start interacting with them and sending them internal messages. And more importantly, if I go on the dashboard and I go to share access to this exploration, now I have my buddies here. So I can share one particular client with my pro group just in one click like that, And they would have access rights and modification rights and so on. So I would share with my pro group, and I would share with the user, yes or no. That's independent. But now we have upgraded the server so that we can have multiple editors on the same exploration, which is very nice. Yeah. And so the next step would be that when you click on your group, you are actually able to message them and send them some information and collaborate on any particular issue so that we become a real platform for group work.
So if we can't meet at the same time, they can
Yeah.
get dude,
Yes.
stop blowing me away. Stop
Yeah.
it.
That was my vision from the start, but it's pretty complicated to set up. But now we are slowly and steadily coming here.
That's excellent. I'm so excited. When is this coming?
Sorry, these features, if I go to share access, this is part of the next update. But what is not in the next update maybe would be proper collaborative tools, like actually sending a notification to one particular user that you shared an information with him or that you gave him some access. This is not yet done, but it will be soon. But right now, if I check this once, when these users log in, they can access this particular exploration.
So like if we wanted to add like Dan and Michael into our group.
Yes, that's so that exactly the point. And right now it's more a preview, but so you can right now it's because I started to develop the clinic mode, and now you can subscribe per seats, which means that if you are a clinic and you have 10 practitioners, for instance, you can take a license for 3 seats, and at any time 3 of your 10 practitioners can use the app for the price of 3 licenses only, but you have 10 practitioners. And if there are more, you will have an alert and an email sent to the account manager to say, hey, it seems you have more than 3 practitioners wanting to use the app. So do you want to upgrade? But that's a classic way of managing software for companies. You give a number of seats, and that number of seats is the number of people that can use it at the same time. So right now, what you see are the people that are part of the same company. But in the next version, so maybe the next version, maybe the one after that, I don't know, you will be able to add some pros as friends. And as soon as you add them as friends, exactly like on Facebook, so you can add Dan and Steve as your friends, and they will accept you. And as soon as you are mutual friends, you can add them to your explorations as co-workers.
But like this group, I would like all of us to always be able to like
Yeah,
help each
sure.
other out, 'cause we
Yes,
all know
but
each other.
yeah, so you can just, it's exactly as on Facebook or any social media. When you start adding friends and these friends accept you, then you can start sending them some explorations for reference. And of course,
Yeah.
linking a question like, hey, Dan, what do you think of the chakras of this guy, for instance? And Dan would receive a notification. He would just open the exploration. He would be able to read it, maybe to modify it, to add some stimuli or to add some priorities, I don't know, to save it. And you would receive a notification to say, hey, Dan just finished his work. And then when you go back to here and you go to notifications, that's why here we have this exploration and we know who did what on the exploration. And that's why we have this, because we will need to be able to know who added some frequency programs or harmonic boost or things like that. So we will have a complete log of who did what on a specific case. So it's the start of the possibility of working and asking for tips from other colleagues and so on. So I think it's very important. So it will be a very important development for the app.
Excellent. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, me too.
Can I share? I just did a scan while we were sitting here, and I've been using the Harmonizer every day, and there is no explanation. Like I don't, there hasn't been like any dramatic, but I just feel more energy. I feel more. I just feel good, and my overall score jumped 6 points. Which I'm trying to find. There it is. So I don't know if it's the Harmonizer or if I do the frequencies every day and every night when I'm going to sleep and whatnot.
You're 72, Steve. Oh my God.
It was 66 prior to that. The Harmonizer, it makes me feel good. I just have energy, and I don't know. I just saw that after that scan. I was like, my goodness. It just hit me like how good I'm feeling, I guess. I just feel like I have a lot of energy, and my attitude has been good, and so I just the Harmonizer is solid to me, and I really am liking it. So I just wanted to kind of share that quick.
Oh, it's cool. It's a very interesting testimony.
All of your screen, huh? Do you see the screen? I only
What's
see
that?
I don't see the whole picture. I only see a little bit of the evaluation screen.
Or you have to scroll maybe a little bit on your screen.
I don't know what
That is 72. Amazing.
Dude,
what's the highest score you guys have got so far? 72 the highest, Steve?
72 for a global score is very high.
It's very good, right? Yeah.
I just think that Harmonizer is so solid. TJ had brought something up, with listening to the frequencies, and I'm a busy guy, right? So my brain is scattered, and it's one of the reasons that I listen to it when I'm going to sleep, is that then I think it's getting into me more. But the way TJ explained it to me, and you can tell me if this is correct, is that you know, if you're listening to the frequencies, but your mind is still racing on, you know, lots of other things, you know, perhaps you're not getting the full benefit. But with the harmonizer, it's just boom. It's just getting put into your body. I feel great. I feel great.
Wow.
At 52 years old, I'm still running around with my daughter coaching basketball and whatnot. It's awesome. So thank you. It's the harmonizer to me is so solid.
So I just when we were here on the harmonizer, just one question that I had that I just cannot. When you start the program, you get the bar like time going from 20 to counting down. It means that you stay on that point for these 20 minutes, like let's say 20 minutes, and then change to another one, or like
it's usually each program is around 3 minutes 40, something like that, and so each program should be run at least 3 minutes 40 on a specific point, and then it will switch to another program. And what we are building for one next version is to be able to run everything, and it will switch automatically from one program to another by staying just on the same acupuncture points, you know, like an easy mode where you would just put it on generalist acupuncture points, and it will read the whole program without you having to change it every 3 minutes. But usually one program, so one mode is 3 minutes, and then one program that is made of many modes is around 20 minutes if you have 7 programs, which is automatic computing, but you can add or remove some programs.
Yeah, because and don't get me wrong, it was like 10 days ago or more, but when I was trying it harmonizer, it just stayed on the one point of the explaining like acupuncture here and there, and didn't move nothing. So it was like just going down like the time, but it doesn't switch like you have like.
Okay, so maybe one thing at the beginning it didn't connect correctly with Android. In the latest version we corrected
now
that.
on Android.
Yeah, now it works with Android, but in the very first version, just after the summit, it didn't connect correctly with Android.
Yeah, I had the same issue with Android, but this was a computer. But when you like magic generator, how it is called, and then you get like 7 points, like different frequencies, programs, and when you start, it just remained on because this is what I'm asking, because it didn't like go on the next biomarker and then say to you, okay, now move the pads there and then new frequency. Just stay on, and it was like I was there 10 minutes, my hand was like doing that, you know, and after 15 minutes I just switched to another.
That's strange because when you are on this screen and you start, for instance, silent mode, you see there is 19 minutes 32, but the countdown will only work if it's actually connected.
Yeah. I put it and then starts the countdown.
So when it's connected, it makes like that, and at that moment it starts to just flow.
Yeah, but then do you need like to stay here like 19 minutes or it just switches?
No. It after 3 or 4 minutes, 3 minutes 40, something like that, it would say this program is finished, switch to the other one.
Okay, this is something that didn't happen. So okay, because of that, I'm just asking because I had some one interest of harmonizer and she wants to order one, so I just wanted to see exactly.
And I've just been on one. Like I click on enhanced mood or something, and then I just let that play. And the clock does not always count down for me. I have not had it where I've seen it switch to another thing. I have not had that experience.
Me either. So it didn't switch to the another like program. So it stays 1.6. And I need to manually go on the arrow up and click the arrow, and then switches to the next like meridian and next programs frequency, and then the countdown continuous, but then it says like 2.6 or something like that, but not automatically, not like guiding you. Yeah.
Okay, I check that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Anton, what is your feedback on the pads?
Look, I just, like I said, I had a lot of preparation for this because I was on this fair and I didn't have anything. I just need to translate everything to Croatian, and I had a lot of work and didn't use so much the harmonizer because of this, because I just get lost if I need to switch or not, and then I just put it. But in my, like, what I'm feeling, this is the winning stuff, because it, like TJ last time he said, it's like a male and female energy, so it's like going through with electric directly to body, and then like this field of listening, and it's, you know, like I said, not that I want to sell this like a salesman, but it's the effect on the people, like these parasite programs. People should feel that pretty much more than now, you know, and because with frequencies, everything, you know, they are maybe like understanding, but not getting it fully. But with this, because when I was putting on my hand something and it was like 1 point, and my hand hurt the next day. Not hurt, but I feel it, you know. And then this is the, you know, sometimes, like I said, you need to, like a lot of people need to get smashed in the head, so they say, "Oh yeah, it's good," you know, and and yeah, I know. So one of me for this Steve's story is very nice, because for me this is like the main stuff of BioCoherence. It's maintaining the people that are like somewhere here in the balance, but just maintaining them to stay there, you know. And a lot of people going to another stuff, taking different directions, are people that don't have other like medical solutions, and then they go, okay, I cannot lose nothing, and then just go anything else, give me anything, you know. And this is very sick people in the end. They're like cancer, this, that, like very sick. So it's a very long journey to back to the health. And for me, BioCoherence can do that, but from this magnificent in the middle people that are like everyday people that are not so very sick, and you know, they just need to, like, you know, relax from the day, just to restart and get a little push or something, and it's working very nice. Like Steve is the proof, you know. He's just doing it in the evening. Like, don't watch Netflix, man. Just put BioCoherence 20 minutes and yeah.
Have you done, or Steve, either one of you done acupuncture before? Because this is a form of acupuncture.
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've done acupuncture.
And-
No, it's true that it works a little bit like acupuncture.
Yeah.
It's opening up those meridians.
And
So-
in fact, just on that note, I spoke to a very famous acupuncturist, which I'm not going to say who it is, and I showed him the meridians, so I showed him the acupuncture points in the system, and he was blown away by them, like absolutely blown away. And I think maybe a little bit afraid of his profession. You know, he's there. Hang on, you know, it's basically me who can detect these things with my hands. You know, but yeah. So this is the revolution.
Yes, but
Yeah.
we are circling back to the beginning when Michael said that he had bought a big book of acupuncture, and there is so much knowledge in acupuncture that you can really use it in much more depth than what we have in the app. We have integrated a lot of things in the app, but you can go much farther if you have a big knowledge in TCM. So,
and think of it as like a tool that they can use to like really pinpoint something.
yes, exactly.
And remember that when acupuncture puts a needle inside of you, their energy also is going into you. So it's like these things have some, obviously they're good, but an acupuncturist actual energy going into the needle, into you, is also, that's very important as well.
Mm.
I don't know how to explain it.
Phase
But-
2 of the actual harmonizer is actually going to do the injections as well, like put the needles in. No, I'm joking.
I would say, Laura, I would say that if you get an acupuncture, and I do an acupuncture for myself every second day, but a very small needle and a very small, way in, it's again a strong impulse for the body. So the body is really like, whoa, what's going on? He's really waking up. But if you listen only back, quote unquote, to frequencies, it's more a mild stimulus compared to that. I would say that if it comes to meridians.
And have you used it yet, the pads?
No, I don't have it yet.
Okay.
Is
I
there a
haven't,
big difference?
I have not tried it yet, so I'm gonna try it because see how it feels.
Yeah.
I gotta show
Is
it.
there, Michael, is there a very big difference between acupressure and acupuncture? And could you show us that book again? I wasn't there.
Oh, the book. Giovanni Marchioccia. Is this a German one? Grundlagen der medizinischen.
Giovanni is the author then.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive, but it's the main book. I got it from another book which is explaining the acupuncture point. So this is my way of doing it. If you have an evaluation and you go to Harmonic Boost, you normally will find 4 or 5 acupuncture points which are included, right? And now if you look up these acupuncture points, you know what's under the carpet in your body, because this is exactly where the system is telling you, okay, this is where you have to look at. And this is why I bought the book,
And this is
Yeah,
exactly what we do with the TCM receipts. And by the way, in the 10,000 IDs I have to develop for BioCoherence, I need to expand the TCM receipts Explorer, because right now you have to go to lists and you can browse the different lists and see the evaluation for each receipt. But we now have more than 500 receipts, and I have some ideas to use these receipts in a way that it's easy to understand, because receipts are the link between the evaluations that we do for each acupuncture point and the actual symptoms that you have. So
Yeah.
it's a very important link to have a good idea of what is currently happening in your body. So we will need at some point this TCM Receipts Explorer. And of course, the extension of that would be the TCM Receipt Builder, which would allow experienced practitioners like you, maybe, Mikhail, to enter new receipts according to what you find into this book, and that would not yet be into the system.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that will come at some
Yeah,
point
yeah.
also.
I just said for the next summit.
Yes, we have to keep some snacks for the next summit. By the way, I'm not sure we can do the summit in June because the place has limited single rooms. It has a lot of double and triple rooms, but limited single rooms, which is not very practical. So maybe we will do a summit in September or something like that in a different place. But we will still do a summit next year, of course, because we want to see you. But maybe grouping it in June with the French summit and so on was a little bit too complicated for this particular place. So we will keep you posted on the options of what we can do, but it will probably be in September.
But there is no problem. We are all like family. We just sleep together. Just take a bunk
Yes.
beds, everybody on
bunk
top of
beds.
each other.
Yeah, or maybe we just do it home,
Camping.
I'm
by
not
the- by the-
spooning with you, Anton. I'll tell you that.
Not again. Not again. You ruined it.
Okay, any other question or testimony or anything before I stop the recording?
Good. Thank you.
Very quiet.
Kat
Yes.
did have a question though that was very good in the very beginning about
Oh yeah, glucose monitoring.
No, we don't have this reading directly.
But if you wait maybe 7 minutes,
Yes.
Asking it is given.
No, at some point, maybe we will add some new biomarkers, but right now the focus was to make the system bulletproof and easy to use. And we've added a lot of stimuli, but no new biomarkers since a long time.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I'm stopping the recording.
Yeah.